Hey everybody, welcome back to the Working Man's Whiskey. I'm Bobby. Today's review, you know what guys, this is one, kind of mentioned it at the end of my last review, that I wasn't really looking forward to doing. This one here is Black Velvet. It's a bottom shelfer, been around a long time. During World War II, this was the only whiskey available to officers, at war, and it was owned by a guy named Shenley back then, and they called it Shenley's Black Death, because it wasn't. It was kind of held in low regard at the time. Changed hands, started getting a better reputation. It was actually called Black Label originally, and then in the late 1940s, there was a guy named. Last name was Napier. His name was Jack Napier. And Jack Napier was the master distiller for this whiskey when it was called Black Label. And he felt like he perfected the blend, the distillation and all that. And he thought the taste was just exceptionally smooth. So he renamed it Black Velvet, and name stuck since that day. So it's been Black Velvet since the late 40s. I think they made their first barrel of Black Velvet, the namesake Black Velvet, 1951 I believe. So long time, been a long time. Guys, this one, the reason I say I'm not looking forward to this review, or I wasn't looking forward to this review, when I was in my early 20s, still wasn't drinking a whole lot of great whiskey at the time. I drank some good ones, some Jim Beam and Jack Daniels. But I lived on the bottom shelf in those early years. And this was one that I had on my 21st birthday. Got it at the store for my 21st birthday. And I was sick as a dog for 2 days. Had a little bit too much, so it kind of left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't remember it being a good taste, so bought a bottle. I saw that somebody had left a comment on one of my videos about Black Velvet. They liked the stuff, so told myself, okay, I'm gonna give it another chance. It's been several years now, so just wanted to try it out again, and it's very widely available, so it was easy to find. So let's see if there's anything else about Black Velvet. It's aged for 3 years. It's a young whiskey, Canadian whiskey, and it's got kind of a mixed, some people love it, some people hate it. I'll read you the back of the bottle here. It says, after perfecting his recipe and maturing the distinct blend in oak barrels, master distiller Jack Napier drew a glass. Reveling in the taste, he pronounced it Black Velvet, epitomizing the smoothest of blended Canadian whiskeys. It's 80 proof, 40% ABV. Right there. So, it's your standard blended Canadian whiskey. As far as all that goes, and this bottle here was $8.99, so it's a very good price, and we'll see how it goes here. Sorry, I didn't even look at the color. It's a light color though. You can see it's kind of it's almost like a tequila gold type color, so not a whole lot of char to it. On the nose, it's not a terrible nose, guys. It's really not. There's a little bit of that kind of punch of alcohol on the nose there. Definitely there. You expect that to be there with bottom shelf blended whiskey. But there's also a little bit of like a caramel / corny sweetness to the nose. Maybe a little bit of vanilla in there. I'm getting like a toasted coconut type thing. maybe a little bit of that oak in there, but definitely some toasted coconut. Let's give this a taste. And on the palate, there's definitely some alcohol in there. It's pretty, punches the back of your throat pretty good. A little bit of spice, some decent spice actually. Little bit of that toasted coconut, and a little bit of barrel, that oak barrel. Little bit of vanilla, not a whole lot of sweetness. A lot of that sweetness is kind of coming from that toasted coconut. That toasted coconut note that you get on the palate there. It's not a terrible whiskey, guys. I wouldn't call it velvety. It's not that smooth to me. But it's not a terrible whiskey. This is not one that I would probably sip on too much, but I can see this being a very good mixer. I would definitely use it, mix it with Coke or something. Maybe even try it in another cocktail. I'd try it out in an old fashioned or something like that. But for $8.99, there are worse whiskeys that you can get. This is one that you can have fun with and not feel guilty about it. Use it as a mixer, and it being so cheap. You really got nothing to lose, guys. So I would definitely try to play around with this one a little bit, and see if you like it straight. I wouldn't recommend it straight. I don't really like blended whiskeys straight that often. I think it's made to be a mixer. So try it out in your favorite drinks. Try mixing it with your favorite soda, whatever you want to do. For under $10, this is a good whiskey, guys. For under $10. So on a scale, I would rate this out. For what it is, I'll give it a 75 out of 100. A C. It's a solid C. It's nothing great, nothing horrible. Just take it for what it is and try it out. Nothing to lose here, guys. So until next time, cheers.